Why do Lightworkers still feel unworthy? Good day to you, our dear Lightworkers on planet Earth in this July of 2021. And so, the Great Awakening of planet Earth is continuing, and disinformation is everywhere. You wonder now if those alternative news sources that you have been listening to so intently and believing so completely, if they are in fact telling the truth. Are they also disinformation sources? You are getting to the point that you believe nothing and no one. Everything is becoming a maybe for you, and this is good. For in this upside-down world, where promises are broken, where what is good is made out to be bad, and what is holy is called evil, it is not wise to believe anything you are told. We are living in a world where our five-sense understanding has been paramount. Only what we see, sense, touch, taste, or smell has mattered. That still small voice from within has been denied. The voice of our soul, our intuition, our inner knowing has been pushed away, and we have been taught to believe that our governments, our doctors, our religions, our educational system know better than we do. We have been taught to believe them implicitly, and even we Lightworkers, who have awakened to the knowing of our holy divinity and the upside-down nature of the planet Earth experience, are still feeling unworthy. We question ourselves at every turn. Are we thinking rightly? Are we worthy? Are we judging others? Do we deserve to ascend? And even, will we ascend out of this third-dimensional, heavy, negative matrix? Why is it that those still caught in the trap of the five senses, those who believe all they are told, live in arrogant certainty that they know everything, while we, who see beyond the narrow confines of earthly physical perception, are uncertain of our new reality and feel unworthy? We cannot speak our truth. We cannot share the big upside-down picture of control and cruel deception that is now so obvious to us. For when we do so, our brethren taunt us for being conspiracy theorists and a danger to society. The last thing we want is the dissension and discord that sharing our knowing creates. And what do we know? We know that the soul of mankind is divine. We know that our bodies, our biological computers in which our souls reside, are temporary communication devices allowing us to experience the planet Earth schoolroom. We know that mankind is living in a great deception, a great illusion, where right has been called wrong and good has been called bad. We know that all our governing systems have been corrupted, and our media, our newspapers and television, tell us outright lies. And yet when we attempt to share this, our true understanding of life on planet Earth, we are ridiculed and shamed, and the anger of our brethren is turned upon us. And we so often feel unworthy, for we cannot help but judge those around us for their narrow understanding and unkind behavior. And when we judge them, we feel guilty. Projection makes perception, and when we judge, we are projecting our own remaining defects and dysfunctions upon our brethren. Our challenge, our great problem, is that even though we have awakened to the truth of the greater reality beyond the five-sense matrix, we have lived in that matrix for all of our many, many lifetimes. And just as our brethren think in a narrow and confined, negative and limited way, so have we thought for eons as we negotiated the days of our many lives. We too were indoctrinated with evil and self-denigrating ideas. We too were taught to speak and act unkindly. We too were conditioned into the negative way of being that schoolroom planet Earth imposes on its citizens. And that way of thinking became a habit that is now a challenge to overcome. The difference between us awakened ones and our still sleeping brethren is that we are doing our best to overcome that habitual negative thinking and deal with our dysfunctions and negative projections. We are watching how we speak, and we are careful as to how we act. And as we watch our words, we see how often we stray from the straight and narrow path of love. And we judge ourselves just as we judge our brethren. Kindness, compassion, and caring are our intent now. We have an intense desire for belonging, for communion and camaraderie with our brethren, and yet we cannot belong to the sad reality they hold so dear. And we know now that our thinking creates our reality, and yet how can we not judge our brethren when we see how they think and act and are so unkind to each other? It is a challenge indeed to change the way we have thought for lifetimes. We have been deeply conditioned by the corruption of planet Earth. Yes, we have, to a great degree, quieted our minds. Yes, we have reached a level of peace and joy and gratitude that is becoming our new beingness. Yet still, thoughts of unworthiness, guilt, and shame haunt us, and we so long to belong in this human world that no longer meets our needs. So as we wait for our brethren to awaken, what is the answer? We would be wise to focus not on the details of what is happening in our world, or on the words and deeds of those around us. Rather, let us think of the big picture. Planet Earth is a schoolroom for divine souls to have a human experience. We planned our lives before we were born into this physical realm. There are no accidents. Every now moment of every day, whether it be seen as positive or negative, contains within it a gift of experience from which we can learn that which we came here to learn. Every experience we have, every thought we think, is needed for our ascension, for we cannot change our thinking and our behavior until we see what needs to be changed. So acceptance and surrender is our answer. Neutrality is the order of the day. All that is happening around us, all that is said and done, is for us to see how we are dysfunctional, where we are loving, and where we are not. When we feel guilt or shame or dysfunction, when we have negative emotions, we are still thinking in a way that is not in sync with our soul's desire. So be of good cheer, dear ones. This turmoil, this dissatisfaction too will pass. Each day, as you negotiate the events of your lives, is important for your ascension, for in each day you are seeing more of the truth of your thinking and behavior, and you are moving into greater communion with your soul. Each day you are feeling more peace, more joy, more love and light flowing through your mind and heart. Yes, life is good and getting better as you negotiate the end times chaos in the world and in your personal experience, for you know now that this is a necessary part of the ascension process. And indeed, the wonder of it is that the best is yet to come. Yes, indeed, we are very grateful, for as we release our remaining negative and dysfunctional thinking and know ourselves to be the worthy, holy beings that we are, we also know that the best is yet to come. That was Aita, channeling her higher self. We are blessed beings, indeed.